Hi,
Hi. How are you?
I'm good. I was just introducing you, so
Huge shout out to
thank you,
Sakshi.
Avanti.
Of course. Of course. No, especially because I'm curious, at a time like this, have you heard have there been more reportings and incidences of domestic
Yeah.
violence?
Yes, quite a lot. Like so many, especially child sexual abuse. There have been so many reports, so many cases of those, and that is exactly why we started this campaign. And we've been wanting to prevent it. We've also been releasing influencer videos and getting influencers or celebrities to promote this cause and to get people to donate. And
Totally.
why we're doing this.
Yes, no, I'm so honored to be a part of, a small part of this larger message because I agree it's so important. And um, the helpline, the helpline for child abuse is 1098, correct?
Yeah.
Great. Yeah. No, y'all who are joining, please check out Sakshi's work. They are incredible and doing some extremely necessary work because, home is not always a safe place for everybody. So
Yeah,
thank you for doing what you do.
precisely what we're doing.
Yeah.
So, Avanti, why don't you tell us a bit about yourself?
Sure. I mean, you gave a wonderful introduction, so thank you so much for that. Um, as Shrea mentioned, I am a singer-songwriter. I am currently in Bombay, but I base myself between the U.S. and India. I was born in the U.S. and did middle and high school here, so therefore I sound like this as well. And my music and my work has been primarily in the pop and kind of global pop space, and my musical background has been in um, it's been in Indian classical, Broadway, church, and gospel, and I kind of try to combine all of that into this sound. I've also done a
Wow.
lot of work in the global health and education space, particularly around women's health, kind of mental health, and youth-based interventions such as CPR and first aid and things like that. So something like this is very close to my heart, and thank you so much for having me.
I'm glad to have you on board. Like,
Of course.
that's great. It was Ashwin who told me that you would love to do something like this, and I was like,
He's such a sweetheart.
yeah, he is. And even his live was so great. The entire session, he sang really well.
I'm so glad.
So, how's quarantine treating you? How is it? Like, what's your everyday like? How's it been?
It's been interesting. For the first couple months, I was finishing up my degree at Harvard, right? So I was up at weird times of the night because I was still on a US schedule. But now hopefully I'm back more in an India time zone, despite the fact that I've been here. It's a combination of I'm grateful that I am with family, so I get to spend some time with them. And I've been cooking a little bit and things, but a lot of it is just focused on music in the sense of I've been recording, working on a new project. I don't want to really reveal too much, but I might show you all some stuff later. And been working on a ton of collaborations and some business stuff. So it's been very busy, thankfully, and I'm very grateful for that. There's also been a lot of these, live sessions and virtual concerts, so to speak, which is great because it's a way of connecting with people in a totally different way, which I absolutely love.
True. So, how has your musical journey been? How did you begin? Like, when did you start singing? And
Yeah, no, that's a so whenever people ask me that question, I jokingly say when when my mom was pregnant with me because my dad plays the tabla, and in fact we started over this quarantine putting up videos of us jamming together.
I saw you, yeah.
Yeah, and which we used to do when I was much younger, but we haven't been under the same roof for an extended period of time for a long time. So it's been nice to get him back on the tabla. I think he really enjoys playing, and he's very talented too. So anyway, I grew up around that. My dad is in the technology space, but he used to teach tabla on the side, for extra money and things when I was younger. So I grew up around that. My mom is pretty spiritual, so I grew up doing a lot of bhajans and devotional music and things like that. And then when I moved to Bombay, I started training in Indian classical music. Um, and then I went to a Christian high school, so therefore I have a lot of church music background, and I did a lot of professional theater. So I have a Broadway background. So it's kind of like random, but it all came together in what it has thus far, you know.
So, what like inspired you to pursue music as your full-time career? Like,
That's a really great question. So for the longest time, I thought that I would do something in the global health space. All my grandparents are doctors, and I grew up around a lot of that. And for me, I recognized the importance of the arts and the importance of um, music as a healing tool, right? But I would always think of it as something that I do. Maybe I'd be a doctor and combine kind of arts and music with that. But I've had a lot of health issues through my life, and there was this one in particular a few years ago where I lost vision in one of my eyes, and fortunately, it progressively came back. But for me, that was an experience where music became so healing and personal to me, and I recognized its potential and power at a personal and at a larger global level, right? And to me, no matter what I do, it's all about connecting with people and using my voice, however that might be. So for me, being able to use my voice as a singer, songwriter, and artist is amazing, and you're able to touch people through their hearts, if that makes sense. You're able to make somebody feel, and you're able to and in the process, as you're building a platform, as I use your voice, you'll have the power to use that for good in many other. If that's right off, I recognize that if I was able to pursue career, I'd always have that opportunity to use my voice. And frankly, I love it. I'm really, really missing that right now. But it's that place, and I absolutely love it.
that's quite fascinating. I mean, yeah, it does make sense. Music is like a whole different world in itself,
Totally.
and wanting to pursue it full time, it takes a lot of guts. It takes a lot
Yes,
of
and it's very
courage.
hard. It's very difficult to do that full time because it's not stable at all. But what you love will never work a day in your life. So that's kind of the way I look at it.
So I read that you are the first to like do the Berklee Harvard course.
Yes.
How did you read up about it? Like how is it over there? I mean, that is just a personal fascination question and that I'm asking you.
Totally. I mean, it was incredible. I just graduated from Harvard a couple weeks ago, and the way that it works is you get your undergrad, your bachelor's degree at Harvard, and you get your master's at Berklee. So my master's actually starts this month. Um, but
Oh,
during Yeah, it's cool because I'd already arranged for most of it to be online since I was going to be traveling, but obviously that's not happening anymore, so it's still happening online. But during my undergrad, I was taking classes at Berklee as well, and Berklee and Harvard are only half an hour apart by bus. So pretty much every day I'd be back and forth on a bus between the two institutions, and it was amazing because both of those were incredible worlds, right? You had some of the best at Harvard and from all over the world. And at Berklee, you had some of the best musicians from all over the world. So it felt like I was at a candy store, where I had all of these options, and I felt so grateful every single day to kind of have that around me.
wow. That's nice. I mean, I'd definitely like to check it out at some point.
Totally.
So you said you've done and you feel close to a lot of social work and activities like these. So tell us a little about what you have done and when did you do it?
Totally. So I would say the first thing of a large nature was when I was 12 or 13. I did a lot of research and advocacy work for organ donation, and essentially just to register to be a donor because one of the biggest issues, especially in India, is just the lack of registered organ donors, but primarily young people. And a lot of people think that you have to be old to be able to do this. Jab aap boodhe ho, and when you're about to die, that's the only time you should care about an issue like this. But registering to be a donor is just simply a way of giving your consent, right? And it's simply showing care about an issue and you have the opportunity to give back, right? Even in a space where I did work in that space. I did work in the CPR and space. We basically
Oh,
we ran a lot of pilot programs at schools across India where we would do a train the trainer teaching model of CPR. Because to me, it's a basic life skill that we should all know, and it's quite sad that it's not a compulsory part of our education. So that was really, really important to me. And over the past few years, I've done a lot of work in the space of mental health and women's health, kind of looking at the different networks that affect our mental health, right? Our support systems at home and friends and things like that, and also in societally what kind of that looks like. So yeah, I think the capacity to even be a small drop in an ocean to make change is never going to go away for all of us, and whatever we can do to be part of that movement is so important.
Absolutely. So when you speak about mental health, do you think music helps as therapy?
100%, and I've seen it through my life. When I was younger in high school, I used to volunteer at a few hospitals at their cancer wards and do essentially amateur music therapy. And I've noticed that it's because it's such a beautiful universal language, and anybody can participate in whatever way they want as a listener, as a creator, whatever. It helps take away a little bit of the mental pain associated with chronic pain, right, or with physical pain. So that's one aspect. And the other is when I was in college, I used to volunteer for this organization where we would go and perform in nursing homes and in hospitals for elderly patients. And I've just noticed it spans age groups, it spans socioeconomic groups, anything and everything, and it's just a beautiful way. It's a universal language. It's a way to connect, and that's the most beautiful aspect. And of course, there's like psychological mechanisms that make it useful as well.
Yeah. I think that's all for the questions I had for you, and you have a quite interesting story. So why don't you begin with singing? What do you have prepared for us? Do you have a set list, or do you have some songs, or like how have you planned it out?
I mean, I will definitely sing a few things, and for all of y'all joining or watching, feel free to send in requests. I will try to honor some of them. And at some point, Shreya, you and I will also create a song together through Song on the Spot. It'll be very, very fun, I promise, but not a lot of
Okay.
pressure.
Okay.
But why don't maybe let me start off with a song that I feel like, defines this period that we've been in, this idea of distance. And it's a favorite song of mine. It's called Lambi Judai, and it's by Reshma Ji. So I'll sing a couple lines of that, and then maybe we can try to sing songs kind of
Before you
related.
start singing, your voice is breaking a little here and there. It
Okay,
might not be your connection, it might sometimes be the placement of your phone. So,
interesting.
yeah.
Okay, this doesn't usually happen. Someone's asking, "Where's your dog?"
Is that for you?
No, for you. Do you have a dog?
Yeah, I have three.
You have three. What are their names?
Cookie, Arlo, and Muffin.
I love those names. They're so cute. Oh, what breed are they?
Sorry?
What breed are they?
Could you repeat that? I mean, I lost you.
What breed are the dogs?
Uh, Arlo is a Shih Tzu. Cookie is a Golden Retriever, and Muffin is the Finnish Spitz.
Oh, wow. Maybe is my voice still coming in and out?
No, it's much better now.
Okay, great. Amazing. That's so weird. I literally did nothing, but hey, you never know.
So why don't you start?
Yeah, let's start. So this is Lambi Judai. And also, Shreya, if you have any requests or recommendations, let me know, and we'll just
I'll
hang
think.
out through the rest of it. Maybe we could do some stuff that's related to Sakshi and, kind of focusing on women empowerment and things like that. So
Empowerment.
let's.
Sure.
This is Judai. बिछड़े अभी तो हम बस घर पर सो जियोंगी मैं कैसे इस हाल में बरसों मौत ना आई मौत ना आई तेरी याद क्यों आई Of course, that is a pound pattern. Here's one faster. Will you do some with me?
Your voice is very mellow. Like, I can hear the backing track, but your voice is very mellow. Like, I can hear the first half of what you're singing, but towards the end, I cannot hear you at all.
Oh, interesting. Can you hear now? Gama pa
Yeah.
ga re sa. Oh, sa re ga sa. Re sa. That's so fascinating. I literally do a live every single day, and today is the day that it decides to not work. But I hope you can hear most of that. It's okay. We'll keep going. That's what we do. I would love to sing a couple lines of. So these are two of my favorite songs, and I think they're also very relevant to Sakshi's work. It's the song "Survivor" by Destiny's Child and "I Will Survive" by Gloria Gaynor. So a quick
I
math
love
of those
both
two.
of those songs.
Right? They're so amazing. Okay, so we'll try. Let me know maybe halfway through if it still keeps cutting out. Just like give me a thumbs up or thumbs down to see if you can hear. But meanwhile, this is what it is. Let's see. At first I was afraid, I was petrified, kept thinking I could never live without you by my side. But then I spent so many nights thinking how you did me wrong, and I grew strong. And I learned how to get along, and so you're back from outer space. I just walked in to find you here with that sad look upon your face. Should've changed the secret lock, should've made you leave your key. I don't know, but just 1 second you'd be back to bother me. Oh, now go, I got the door, just turn around now, 'cause you're not welcome anymore. Weren't you the one who tried to hurt me with goodbye? You think I'd crumble, you think I'd lay down and die? I'm a survivor, I'm not gonna give up, I'm not gonna stop, I'm gonna work harder. I'm a survivor, I'm gonna make it, I will survive. Thought I couldn't breathe without you, I'm inhaling. Thought I couldn't see without you, perfect vision. Thought I couldn't last without you, but I'm lasting. Thought that I would die without you, but I'm living. Thought that I would fail without you, but I'm on top. Thought it would be over by now, but it won't stop. Thought that I would stop just right, but I'm still here. I'm a survivor. I'm a survivor. I'm a survivor. I'm gonna make it. I will survive. Oh no, I will survive. Oh, as long as I know how to love, I know I'll survive. I've got all my life to live, and I've got all my life to give, and I'll survive. I will survive. Were you able to hear that?
Amazing. I am a huge fan of I Will Survive. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It is a little disturbed here and there, but then I can hear you overall.
Perfect. Yeah, I love that song as well, and I mean these incredible powerhouse ladies.
So you say you have like a Broadway background, right? So I have a
Yes.
request.
Sure.
Don't rain on my over my parade.
I haven't done that in such a long time. Let's see if I
Oh my
remember.
God. I was just watching like a few videos of that song.
The
Like
Streisand version or the Glee version?
Streisand version, and then I watched the Glee version. I watched Leah Michelle. I watched
Yeah,
her
yeah.
perform it live at events, and I was like, whoa.
Like, what is this madness? So I don't think that I knew it well enough to do it. I could do like one line, but is there any other song that you think of? What about Defying Gravity from Wicked?
Oh yeah.
Okay, perfect. Let's try to find a nice.
I absolutely love Broadway stuff.
Yeah, it's so amazing. One of my favorites is a song called "The Day After That," which I've performed so many times with it's by Liza Minnelli. Have you heard it? I can
Uh,
sing a couple lines of that as well. Um,
okay.
but let's do Defying Gravity first and make sure we have that. Yeah, feel free to sing along with me, even if you can't with a lag, just in spirit. Here we go. Oh, and there's a Glee version of this song too. Of course there is. Something has changed within me. Something is not the same. I'm through with playing by the rules of someone else's game. Too late for second guessing. Too late to go back to sleep. It's time to trust my instincts. Close my eyes and leave. It's time to try to find gravity. I think I'll try defying gravity. Kiss me goodbye. I'm defying gravity. And you want to bring me down. I'm accepting limits. Cause someone says they're so. Some things I cannot change. But till I try, I'll never know. Too long I've been afraid of losing love. I guess I'm lost. If that's love, then it comes at much too high a cost. I'd sooner fight defying gravity. Kiss me goodbye. I'm defying gravity. I think I'll try defying gravity, and you won't bring me down. Bring me down. Kissing me goodbye, I'm defying gravity. Oh.
Is it just me? Can others see her?
Sorry, I think it got paused.
Yeah, yeah, you paused in the middle, and I was like, is that just me, or did she actually pause?
No, it's so annoying because when calls come in, it like gives you that even if you put on airplane
Right.
mode. So annoying. But that is such
Whenever someone sings anything musical or like from Broadway, I get excited like a 5-year-old, just saying.
really. Oh my god. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's so much fun. I mean, so the one that I was talking about before this, the Liza Minnelli one, it's very old Broadway. So it's like, someday we'll be free. I promise you we'll be free. If not tomorrow, then the day after that. And the candles in our hands will illuminate this land. If not tomorrow, then the day after that. And the world that brings us pain, that fills our lives with fear, on the day after that, will disappear. And the war we fought to win, I promise you we will win. If not tomorrow, then the day after that, or the day after that. Like, it's one of those, with a lot of vibrato and a lot of
You have a
pause.
great range, first of all. In the previous song, I just noticed that and I was like, poof, great, amazing.
Thank you. I
And
mean,
you also have like a real proper Broadway texture to your voice, especially when you sang this one. I was like, amazing.
it's funny because you have to like sometimes those Broadway stylings will show up in my pop music and it works, but it's not always the best thing to do. So I'm like, okay, rein it in. You can't do everything on this. So I think it's useful to have different styles because then you can pick and choose the best parts of those styles for whatever you want to do. Yeah, I mean, like, I'm loving this. If you want to choose another style, feel free to let me know. I'll also sing a couple originals and some other stuff that I had in
Yes,
mind.
yes, yes. Go ahead. Like sing whatever you had prepared for us. You said you had a few things prepared. So why
Yeah,
don't
I
you?
mean,
Shoot.
I'm a walking, talking
I'll let
jukebox.
you know. As and when something comes to my mind, I'll let you know.
Perfect. And if y'all want any requests, feel free to send in the comments. Since we're in this space, let me do a song of mine called "He Makes Me." I released it a few months ago, and it's a song that I wrote as a letter to my father. Um, it's about love and acceptance, and I don't know if you feel like this, but I have a great relationship with my parents, and I'm so grateful for the love that they've given me. But when, romantic love enters your life, it always becomes slightly complicated with those relationships. So it's about accepting and being okay with that. So anyway, it's a song called He Makes Me, and here it is. If you're at home, feel free to, do the arm wave. When I was young, you held my hand like flying around with Superman. No one could ever take your place, but there's more room if you just make space. Don't you see? It makes me happy. Don't you see? It makes me happy. Don't think of it as letting go. Your house will always be my home. Our memories will never fade, but there are new ones to be made. Don't you see? It makes me happy. Ooh, don't you see? He makes me wanna say, he got me feeling like I can't explain it like he makes me wanna say, he loves me now as he loved me then. I'll never know lonely again. If I leave the door open, could you learn to let him in? Don't you see? He makes me happy. Don't you see? He makes me wanna say, he got me feeling like he makes me wanna say, he makes me wanna say.
I can't hear you.
Can't hear me at all? Can you hear me now? That is
Yes.
so weird. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. It's probably just I don't know.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I see the numbers also fluctuating in a way that usually only happens if there's a connection issue on someone's end, or like they can't hear or see it. So I apologize, everyone. I don't know what's going on. But were you able to hear most of it?
Yes. Such a beautiful song, and once again, like your range is just amazing.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So since we're kind of, I don't know, we're halfway through, why don't we do this thing right now? The song on the spot thing that I was talking about. It'll be super
Okay.
fun. So the premise is very simple. We all create a song together on the spot right now out of literally anything. So what I need from you, Shreya, is tell me one of your favorite English songs, ideally, because I'm gonna find a random karaoke off the internet, and that's gonna form our base of the melody.
The chord. Okay.
Exactly, the chords. And for the rest of you who are tuning in, please send in words or phrases that you would like for me to use. It can be anything. It can be, I don't know, chai. It can be samosa. I mean, that's all food, but it can literally be anything. Dreams, rainbows, whatever. And we'll make a song out of it. Or if you have like a line for a story. So why don't you start, Shrea, by giving us a song?
Best Part by Daniel Caesar and Hope.
Ooh, yes, that's a great choice. Amazing.
I mean, I'm sure the backing track will sound like really good.
Oh, 100%. That's a very, very smart choice. And everybody else, feel free. And you also feel free, maybe you can start it off, Shrea, with a few phrases or words, and we'll use that to create our song. So literally anything. Y'all can send me words, phrases, whatever you'd like. Yeah. Yeah, I know. It's such a gorgeous tune. So why don't you, maybe let's just make it easier. Why don't you tell me a small story, Shreya? And if y'all send in words, we can just add it to that. It can be anything, I promise. Like 30 seconds, whatever's on your mind.
Okay, so I work for Sakshi, and Sakshi is an amazing organization, registered in 1992, right now upholding human rights, women's rights, and we launched a campaign, Make Home a Safe Space,
Nice.
for collecting funds for the victims of domestic violence and child sexual abuse.
Perfect. Do you want to tell me a little bit more about the organization? So I know when it's founded, and I know what y'all have. Make home a safe place, right? Kind of that's the space. What? Anything else?
Anything else? We also have a youth-led movement called the Rakshan Project as a part of Sakshi, where we gather different students from different part of India, and we educate them to prevent child sexual abuse. And it's called the Rakshan Project. And those students are called Rakshans.
Rakshans, I love that. Okay, cool. So let's use that and create something. I'm excited.
Okay.
This is going to be an interesting chord backdrop for that. Okay. You might come across some things going on in your home that you don't like to see, but it's a reality, and you got to say one thing. You should go to Sakshi, and they will tell you how to make your home a safe place. You should go to Sakshi, and they will tell you how to live your life with grace. Founded in 1992, Sakshi's there for me and you. Founded in 1992, it's a children and women's movement. Sakshi is there for me and you. If our home's making us feel blue, Sakshi is there for me and you. And you know, if you're feeling down, they're one call away. And you know that they'll make home a safe place. It's one call away, but you have to go. Just ring up Sakshi now on the telephone. If you're a youth volunteer, you can go become a Rakshan by taking your skills you know you can pick up the phone and call Sakshi, 'cause they're committed to making homicides. If you want to make your home safe, Sakshi, they'll help you with grace. They're always there for you and me. So don't think that anybody should help you except to be free, 'cause that's what you deserve. And now the track's over, so we're chilling. But call Sakshi if you want.
How did you do that? I just literally just told you just some things and you just made a song on Sakshi. That is brilliant, man, Avanti. Wow. Like
Well,
there's writer's block, there's songwriting, and then there's you just like nailing it on spot.
Oh gosh. I mean, I love, I don't know about you, but if you perform a lot, then you often end up performing the same songs over and over again, right? Which is why, especially on these lives, I just come into it where it's like, I have my stuff, but let's just move with the flow. But I do this song on the spot even at live shows whenever we go back to live shows, and it's always really fun because you get to do it with the audience. And I also feel like everybody's watching you and they're like, don't fail, don't fail. You know? But yeah, I mean, hey, y'all are amazing, and I was, you know, glad to be able to sing praises of the organization.
Thank you.
Of course, of course. Oh my god, that was really fun. Since you said this track, would you like me to sing the original song, Best Part?
Sure, I love the song. I love anything by Daniel Caesar.
Oh, Daniel Caesar, her incredible. I agree. Okay, I can
Yeah.
sing it. And it's gonna be so weird because that other song is stuck in my head now, but it's okay. We got this. You don't know that when you hold me and kiss me slowly, it's the sweetest thing. It don't change. If I had it my way, you would know that you are. You're the coffee that I need in the morning. You're the sunshine in the rain when it's pouring. Won't you give yourself to me? Give it all. I just want to see how beautiful you are. You know that I see it. I know you're a star. Where you go, I follow. No matter how far. If life is a movie, then you're the best part. You're the best part. There we go. That's the best part.
I love the improv that you did over this song. I mean, it's a very straightforward song and you just like played around with it. Damn, nice.
Thank you. I
So,
mean, it's
everyone who's watching, do you guys have any requests for Avanti? Like,
yes,
you sing
feel
Hindi too, right?
I do, yes. Feel free to send in
Yeah,
any.
so you guys have Hindi or English or what other languages do you sing?
I can sing songs in Punjabi, Marathi, etc., but I should know the song so I don't mess up the pronunciation. That's the only. I actually also, because I did a tour in Southeast Asia, like you mentioned earlier, I do this song in Tagalog, which is a Filipino language. So if y'all are interested in hearing a Filipino song, also let me know.
Someone said, "Aaj jaane ki zid na karo." I personally love that song, so why don't you sing that?
And I just put up a cover of it. So I see you, Kapil, with my dad. So 100%. Let me do it. Let me try to bring up a Tanpura sound. That'll be fun. And Pragya, yeah, 100%. I'll do a Hindi song. Let me know what Hindi song you want, or your favorite singer, movie, whatever it is.
That's what I really love about Vimeo. There's just a
And
diverse
that's an ad on
creative,
YouTube.
so
So we are now. Let's see. It's a beautiful song. आज जाने की जिद ना करो, आज जाने की जिद ना करो, यूं ही पहलू पे बैठे रहो, यूं ही पहलू पे बैठे रहो, आज जाने की जिद ना करो, हाय मर जाएंगे हम तो लुट जाएंगे, ऐसी बातें किया ना करो, आज जाने की जिद ना करो, आज जाने की जिद ना करो, तुम ही सोचो जरा क्यों ना रोके तुझे, जान जाती है जब चाहते हो हम, तुमको अपनी कसम जाने जा, क्या बोलूं मैं तेरी जुबान, आज जाने की जिद ना करो, आज जाने की जिद ना करो. I hope you enjoyed that.
Wow. Yes, I totally did. It's one of my favorite old Hindi songs. Like, yeah, I mean, I think that was the time when like music from that time is one of the best Hindi songs, like era that ever existed.
100%. 100%. It's a gorgeous, the melodies and the lyrics, they're just so deep and meaningful, I completely agree with you. Do you have any? I saw Pragya earlier had requested for a Hindi song. If you
I do have a
anything-
request.
Yes, go ahead.
Lag Ja Gale. I love that song.
Of course, gladly. Let's just sing it a cappella. लग जा गले के फिर ये हंसी रात हो न हो, शायद फिर इस जन्म में मुलाकात हो न हो, लग जा गले से हमको मिली है आज ये घड़ियां नसीब से, जी भर के देख लीजिए हमको करीब से, फिर आपके नसीब में ये बात हो न हो, शायद फिर इस जन्म में मुलाकात हो न हो, लग जा गले से. There we go. That is Lag Ja Gale.
I love
Yes,
that song.
like
It's one of my
Pragya.
favorite songs that ever exists, like across all
agree.
languages.
It's
Yeah.
amazing. It's a gorgeous song. I mean, that, like you said, that era is totally different. I mean, Well, okay, so I feel like we've gone old Bollywood. We've of course created a song together and kind of did R&B. We did some Broadway. What other genre do you like? Let's just try to do a song in.
Me, I am a lot into jazz, and I'm very much into jazz and R&B and neo soul, like
Nice.
completely different area of music is my.
What kind?
But then I
What
also listen to pop. I've grown up listening to pop, singing pop, so maybe some Beyonce, maybe some I don't know. You can sing anyone. Ariana, I love Ariana.
Ariana is amazing. What's your favorite Ariana song?
Very tough to decide, but I think breathing. I think
Ooh,
needy.
Needy,
Uh,
Breathing. Both are great songs. What about Dangerous Woman?
oh, I love that song.
Let's see if we can find a karaoke. It would be really fun. Or I can just
I love performing that song. I love listening to that song. It's just one of my favorite songs.
Okay, let's perform it together. I know it's hard with lag, but like maybe in our minds we can perform it together.
Okay.
It's a beautiful, beautiful song. There we go. You can tell that that's a YouTube video. And I love this song because it has that jazzy feel to it, you know?
The
Yeah. Made permission, made my decision to test my limits. Cause it's my business, God is my witness. Start what I finish. Don't need no hold up, taking control of this kind of moment. I'm locked and loaded, completely focused. My mind is open. Oh, that you guys get to see it. Oh my God, don't you stop. Something about you makes me feel like a dangerous woman. Something about you makes me willing to do things that I shouldn't. Something about nothing to prove, and I'm bulletproof. Know what I'm doing, all the way that you move. I wanna save it for later, cause I'm a giver, it's only nature. I live for danger. Oh, that you guys skin to skin. Oh my God, don't you stop. Something about you makes me feel like a dangerous woman. Something about you makes me wanna do things that I shouldn't. Something about you. There we go. Whoops. This is freaking out. That's Dangerous Woman. Yeah, it's such a gorgeous, gorgeous song. What's your favorite jazz song? Just like generally.
ah difficult question, but lately I've been listening to this song called wait, let me tell you. It's a long name. But in general, I like Ella's work, like anything she sings.
Of
So,
course.
oh, one song which people might know is Feeling Good. So if you want to sing Feeling Good,
Yes. Feeling good. Of course.
I mean, that's a very popular jazz song. And I think
It is.
that might be.
Oh, it's a great song. Thank you for suggesting it. No, I love that song. Let's hope that this works. Because I do have a.
Mood Indigo, that's what I was thinking about. That's the song I've been listening to a lot.
Who is
It's a very
that?
interesting song, but it's beautiful. It's by Ella. I mean, it's by many people, but then I listen to Ella's version.
Listen to Ella's version. I mean, that's the cool thing about jazz, right? That you can always kind of get into that space and vibe no matter who is singing it, and every person has their own take on it. Like if you look at Tony Bennett or if you look at any of these other artists, you have people as old as him, and honestly, it's amazing. It's
Yeah, that's like my area. I love jazz.
I love that. Okay, for some reason this is not loading, so let's just find something off the internet. And let's hope that it's in our key, because if it's not, that's a little tough. But
You can Can you sing Nina Simone's Key, or is that too low for you?
So, I think so. I'm gonna find a Nina Simone version. Yes, that's very smart. Let's try. Here we go. Birds flying high, you know how it's so weird karaoke. We're going straight into it. Dragonfly out in the sky, you know what I mean, don't you? It's all having fun, you know what I mean. Oh, sleep in peace and day's done, that's what I mean. In this old world, it's a new world and a bold world. Oh, yeah. And I'm feeling good. Oh, I'm feeling good. Stars when you shine, you know how I feel, don't you know? Sense of the pie, you know how I feel. Oh, freedom is mine, and that's how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me. And I'm feeling good. Oh, I'm feeling good, so good. I'm feeling good. There we go.
I love this song. I absolutely love this song. It's one of the first jazz songs that I ever learned to sing. I think when I was 16 or 17. Yeah, this one. I used to listen to it because it used to come in advertisements and so many other places. And I think a lot of my jazz interest came from this song.
I love that. Have you ever done a cover of it?
Long ago, like in 2017 or so. It's on my Instagram somewhere. If you scroll down to like 2018.
Oh gosh, maybe it's time to do a new one then.
Some other song maybe. Why don't
Yeah,
we do it
true.
together?
True. So I feel like, I don't know, the time is almost 9. We only
Yeah.
have probably a couple minutes left. Well, the time has just flown by. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for joining and thank you for creating a song on Sakshi. That was so sweet of you.
Of course. My absolute pleasure. If y'all like it, we can try to figure something out with it. But it was really, really fun.
Definitely. If you remember any of the lyrics that you sang,
Maybe if you can see the video after, we can try to figure it out. But
yeah, I'm gonna save it anyway.
yeah, to all of you, thank you so much for tuning in and for all your very kind comments and suggestions. I can maybe sing a parting song if you want. I saw a request by Pragya. Pragya, if you're still here, send us a shout out, like a hi or a heart or something. And you've requested for one Punjabi song. I would be super happy to indulge
She's
that.
not here.
No? Okay, that's okay. Do you have any requests for a parting song? It can literally be like, so long, farewell, auf Wiedersehen, goodbye. I'm kidding, but
Too good at goodbyes.
yeah. Ooh. Are we though? That's the question.
I mean, that's the first song that came to my mind when you said goodbye, and I was
No,
like,
that's very, very fair. You would kill it at that game, where you have to guess the song with, like, you have to sing a song with a word in it. I don't know if you've seen those.
yes.
You would kill it. Oh my god. Okay.
You know what we should do the next time? We should do a rip-off. That'll be
Yes, 100%. I would absolutely love to do that. Okay, perfect. Before your timer times out, let's pretend that we're too good at goodbyes, even though we are not so great at goodbyes. You must think that I'm stupid. think that I'm a fool. You must think that I'm new to this, but I have seen this all before. Never gonna let you close to me.